that the game brought a good
Take 35.
For as long as I can remember, I've considered video games to be an art form. I know that in its infancy, this sentiment was a bit more difficult to justify. However, with the evolution of gaming, in my opinion, starting in the era of the 16-bit RPG, these games were able to tell grand tales simply through blocks of text and some rudimentary cutscenes. I think that when people think of video games as a whole, their minds often fall to the Call of Duties, the Super Mario 3D lands, and frankly, at face value, I can definitely see that through mass media. Call of Duty games seem like nothing more than people shooting guns at each other, and Mario games can seem like a festival of running and jumping, but if you look deeper, you'll find a lot more to each of these types of games. Like them or not, Call of Duty games have come a long way, both technically and artistically. One such Call of Duty campaign was in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. To synopsize it, you take control of a soldier in a dystopian future. During a mission, you get horribly beaten by an enemy sentinel. The military and you agree to augment your limbs to turn you into a super soldier. Stay with me. The story takes several twists and turns, but it begs a lot of questions during your journey. How far is too far when it comes to bioengineering? Can you augment a human being so much that they lose their humanity? Heck, is it right to judge those who choose to undergo such augmentations even if they don't have an inherent need to, like with the partner the game gives you? He legit was like, oh, you're doing it, guess I'll do it too. These aren't original ideas, but I think that the game brought a good viewpoint into the discussion. Now, Mario's case is a bit more difficult because you have to sort of believe in art for art's sake. The idea that art can exist solely because the artists liked what they were making and didn't have anything more to say. Mario's narrative has never really been extensive, even in the RPGs. I think it can be said that most things that are amalgamations of other art forms can themselves be considered art. Modern film is very much that. The usage of cinematography along with the music, acting, and sometimes choreography make films have the appeal that they do. It's hard to imagine a lot of films being what they are without scores to highlight certain scenes. How would you feel if Star Wars lost its iconic music? What would The Godfather be without Al Pacino's wonderful delivery? But you're probably saying, oh crap, look here, she's comparing Mario to The Godfather. I'm going to avoid the obvious Italian joke here. But I'm talking about, in essence, what makes these games art. One such example in the Mario universe is Super Mario Odyssey. Not only is the game's graphical style beautiful for what it's trying to convey, its musical presence helps bring to life such terrific scenes like running through New Donk City at nighttime. So the question becomes, why is it that adding a controller to an experience makes it non-art? Now, it's not just non-gamers who think this way. There are various gaming sites that have articles making the claim that video games aren't art. I really spent some time thinking about why this is, and I may have put something together. Alright, so check it. If your medium isn't an art form, then you don't have to treat it like one. You don't have to take things like reviews seriously. You don't have to hold video game designers responsible for lazy writing or broken games. These are things that are called out all the time in other mediums. I wholeheartedly believe that art can just be dumb fun. Of course, but at the end of the day, it can still have an impact. Look at how many people absolutely adore the Avengers films. Artistically, at face value, they're comedic superhero movies. They make you feel good. But there are a lot of things that go on during those movies that go unappreciated. Like writing, pacing, editing, special effects, which all go into modern gaming. So lastly, I'll talk briefly about the aspect of control. You see, some have argued that video games cannot be art due to control being relinquished to the audience. Some find that problematic because certain things like pacing can become disjointed. And I kind of get that. How many times have you been absolutely enthralled with the game's story only to set it down for days on end to do something else or play another game? Most people wouldn't do this with film. The issue is that the director's vision becomes muddied. However, I don't think that people are as dumb as they think they are. For the most part, I think that people can understand what is trying to be conveyed in games, from Super Mario to Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. But I will say that I believe the controller is a tool. Most people would consider the console or the computer the vehicle, but frankly, it makes sense that the controller is what really makes a video game, possibly in a traditional sense. But hey, I'm just one chick on the internet. Stay perfect.
Hey there, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to sound off in the comments if you liked what you saw. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. If you didn't, hey, sorry to hear that, but you might like something else on the channel. Who knows? And if you got the time, make sure to check all the links in the bio. Got things from our merch store to our Twitters, and hell, might be a giveaway in there.